He's a producer who has worked with Donnie McClurkin, Brittany Wright, and many more. He's now exploring a new life as an artist. Please welcome Jumbo. How are you, Jumbo?
I'm very fine, Okumwewa.
It's good to have you in the studio. Now, your name, Jumbo, tell us about that, because there's something similar with your name as with my name.
Thank you for having me here. My name is Jumbo. Something about that name, it's actually my last name.
Okay, so what's the full name?
My name is Aniebiet Jumbo.
Pardon? that's what I used to get when I tell them, my name is Oluwalumwele Adebayo Olaiwoju.
Oh, wow.
So you shorten it to Jumbo?
So no, it's actually Jumbo. That's my last name. And because my name is Aniebiet, so when I tell people the same thing you just said, when I tell people my name is Aniebiet, they'll be like, Anie what?
Anie who?
Anie who? And so it's when I say Jumbo, it's easier for people to pronounce, and so I just leave it at Jumbo. That's my last name. It's my dad's name, so Aniebe Jumbo. So sometimes you're working with your dad, and you hear Jumbo, and your dad turns back like, no, it's not you, Dad. It's your son.
Now, let me ask you, a lot of people know you for your production, but you're now skipping out as an artist. What would be your most famous song that people will know?
One of my most famous songs is the You Are. You are, you are, you are.
Wow, that's yours?
God, you are. Yeah, that's my song. That's one of the songs I wrote.
Excellent. So now, on this new album, what was it like going from being a producer to an artist? Because I know it's a totally different head shift you have to make.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not really been a smooth transition, because it's easy when you're in the studio, you tell them, okay, I want you to do this, I want you to do this, but when you are the one that needs to do those things, it's a little different. You have to change your mindset, and you have to understand what the audience want, and also you have to be able to hear from God himself, so that you're not being the perfectionist that you want, telling people what to do. Now you have to follow what God wants you to do, and you also sing the song that God wants you to sing.
Now, for you personally, what are some of the experiences that you've captured in the songs on this CD? Because I know that you have some real stories of how God has brought you through and brought your family through. What are some of those real turning points for you that you've captured on the CD?
One of my favorites, I would call it like a miracle that God did that transcended to a song. It's the song You Are, You Are. I actually had a stroke. I was sick.
No way.
I was at the hospital for about 3 weeks, and I'm very young, so it's not something that is common with the young people. And so one of the things I asked the doctor was, would I be able to move my hand again? And he said, well, I don't know. I mean, I was just asking that I know that I have a God who is bigger than everything, who is also a mighty God. And so in 2 weeks, I was back to myself. This is me. And so when I say, when I write the song, You Are, mighty God, You Are, it's not just a song, it's an experience, because God has really been awesome.
Wow. Now, for you as an artist, I mean, it seems like in Nigeria we have artists 10 to the dozen. You know, they keep coming out every week. What would you say is unique about Jumbo's music? Because you have a sound that's unique, but I'll let you describe it yourself.
I have a sound that is unique because I've explored all different sounds by producing, and I realized that sometimes I try to force my sound on people, but they don't express it the way I want. And so until I started singing, I started doing it, and now I realized that this sound is my sound, and it is a sound that God has given to me. And just like the word will say that I will bless the Lord with my own mouth. So I think this is the sound that God put in my own mouth so that I can bless him with. So that's actually my I mean, in this journey of music, I've seen a lot of artists, but what is unique about me is I write songs that I hear from heaven.
But you know, there's something of a musician in you, because you're a trumpeter, you play all these other instruments, and then you come to your music, and I find it fascinating. You listen to your stuff, and you hear praise and worship. It's not just deep muso. It's not just deep R&B. You seem to go across a number of genres in the type of sound and style.
That's because, like I said before, my music is is what God wants me to do. So I kind of forget the fact that I'm a trumpet player sometimes, I'm a keyboard player, I'm technical, I'm a musician. A regular musician will do all different things just to impress people, to show them that, okay, I'm a good musician. But in this case, I just want to show people that I love God. And so whatever God, if it's just a chord progression, if it's just as simple as, I love you, Lord, I want people to hear it that way. I don't want to mix it with my skills and talents and everything. I just want God to be heard through my music.
Now, you are skillful, that's clear. I mean, the quality of people you work with is clear. But for you, what are some of the stories or testimonies of other people's experience of your music or of the work you've done that you've heard that's made you think, yep, that's why I do what I do?
There's a song on my album, Bigger Than, and there's a friend of mine, I think the wife was going through a really tough situation with labor. And so he called me crying, and I just prayed with him. And then as I was going to bed, God said to me that I've given you a song. Just send the song to him. At this time, this song wasn't released. It's called Bigger Than. So I sent it to him, and in 10 minutes, he called me just saying that, I mean, my wife just gave birth, and we've been at the hospital 2 days now.
Wow.
And that brought tears to my eyes, and that made me realize that, you know what, God has given me a sound,
wow,
and it's for His glory.